Happy evening to each one of you. Very interesting concept, extremely important class for the students preparing for aptitude examination. Mainly, if number system is a part of it, then this class is a must attend class. You will see a lot of very good concepts related to perfect squares. We will take more classes on perfect square. One is for the students who wanted to solve the problems little at an advanced level. Another class is for the students who wanted to solve the classes from an elementary basic level. So this class is a class where a lot of wonderful questions are framed, and most of the questions are original previous year questions solved in Anil Nair's way. Kindly sit in the class with a notebook and a pen. I will just check. If everything is clear, then we will start the class. Just 1 minute, sir. Let me check it out. Just 1 minute. Is the audio clear? Kindly reply everyone, sir. Once I check that everything is clear, then we will start the class. Right. Once I start the class, then it will be an continuous problem. So please write down, sir. Perfect squares. Perfect squares. Perfect square is an extremely important subtopic from number system. Perfect square. In case if you are a new student who is watching my videos, I would strongly recommend you to, in case if you enjoy the content, and we keep a lot of short videos, YouTube short videos. We are also very active on Facebook and Instagram. All the details will be there in the description. In case if you want to learn through a lot of short videos and you want a notification to come, you can click on the subscribe notification, click on the bell notification. Alternatively, you can scan the QR code to get access to an exclusive WhatsApp channel for a serious and sincere students. This is the WhatsApp channel QR code. All you have to take is take the mobile, scan the code. You will get access to the WhatsApp channel. This is an official WhatsApp channel of Anil Nair classes. Sir, I am active on Telegram. You can also join our official Telegram channel QR code. You can scan this QR code to get access to Telegram channel. In case if you are very active on WhatsApp, scan this code and join WhatsApp channel. In case if you are very active on Telegram, go and scan this Telegram channel. Thus, some important concepts with respect to perfect squares. Some important concept with respect to perfect squares. What is a perfect square? What is the form of a perfect square? Everything we will discuss. Wherever I am stressing upon an important key point, I will box it so that you will understand that this point is important and Anil sir is going to use this point to solve some of the problem. Fantastic class it is going to be, sir. What is a perfect square? Suppose if I take a number, a natural number. I am taking a natural number. What is a natural number? In an integer, there are negative integers, there is 0 and there is a positive integer. The other synonym for an natural number is, it is a positive integer. It is a positive integer. Integers which are positive are also called as natural numbers, are the numbers which can be counted. I can count that there are 20 tables in front of me. I can count there are 10 chairs in front of me. I can count that there are 50 students sitting in the class. Anything that you can count it, countable numbers are also called as natural numbers. Any perfect square that we are discussing comes under that domain should be a natural number set. 1/4 is not a perfect square, right? Anything that we are discussing under perfect square related concept, by default the number will be a natural number. By default the number will be a natural number. What do you mean by a perfect square? The name itself is saying perfect square. Take the number and square it. What do you mean by square it? Square it means the number is multiplied by itself. the number is multiplied by itself, I will get a perfect square. Any number multiplied by itself. If I take 4, multiply it with 4. 4 4s are 16. 16 is said to be an perfect square. You take 8. 8 multiplied by 8. It is 64. 64 is said to be a perfect square. You take 12. Multiply it by 12. 12 12s are 144. You take any natural number, multiply the natural number with itself. Whatever the output that I will get, that output is called a perfect square. That output is called a perfect square. That is the definition of a perfect square. There are some important properties with respect to a perfect square. N square is said to be a perfect square. N square is said to be a perfect square. Any number multiplied by itself, whatever the answer I will get, that answer is said to be a perfect square. That I hope it is clear. Now if you see, if I take k, multiply by k, I will get k square. K square is a perfect square. So k power 1 is multiplied with k power 1. It will become k power 2. If I take p cube, multiply by p cube, I will get p power 6. Now, in a perfect square, the power of a perfect square, please write down, sir. The power of a perfect square, the power of a perfect square, the power of a perfect square is always an even number, including 0. Including 0. A power 0, 1 is also a perfect square. If the easiest way to tell whether a number is a perfect square or not, how to check whether a number is a perfect square or not? See the power. If the power is an odd number, then it is not a perfect square. If the power is an odd number, it is not a perfect square. It is not a perfect square. I hope the idea it is very clear. If it is even, it is a perfect square. This line will help us. If the right hand side is given in the form of a power, right, where there is a base and the power, if the power is an odd number, definitely the number is not a perfect square. Definitely the number is not a perfect square. I hope this key point is clear. Now what did I say? That n is a natural number. I took that another important property. N is a natural number. N is a natural number. N is a natural number. When I say n is a natural number, n can be either an even number or n can be an odd number. N can be an even number or n can be an odd number. Any number which is divisible by 2, it is an even number. Any number which is not divisible by 2, it is an odd number. N is a natural number. N is a natural number. What am I doing? That number I am multiplying by itself. That means n square is a perfect square. Just now we have seen. N square, it is a perfect square. N square, it is a perfect square. N if it is even, n if it is even, any even number will be perfectly divisible by 2. Any number which is perfectly divisible by 2, it is 2k whole square. Any number which is perfectly divisible by 2, 4 is perfectly divisible by 2, it is 2 into 2. 8 is perfectly divisible by 2, it is 2 into 4. 12 is perfectly divisible by 2, it is 2 into 6. Any number which is perfectly divisible by 2, it is 2 into something. So if I do square, 2 square is 4, 4k square, that means 4 into something. Answer for if n is an even number is 4 into something. If n is an odd number, if n is an odd number, this will become any odd number when divided by 2, it will not be perfectly divisible. That means it will give remainder plus 1 or minus 1. The form of an odd number is 2k plus or minus 1. 2k plus or minus 1. So any n can be a natural number can be an even number or it can be an odd number. If it is an even number, It is 2k whole square, which is 4k square. If it is an odd number, 2k plus or minus 1 whole square. So this will be 2k square will be 4k square plus or minus 4k plus 1 plus or minus 4k plus 1. Are you all with me? 4k square, that means it is divisible by 4. 4 into something, it is divisible by 4. It gives a remainder 1. It gives a remainder 1. Any perfect square, it is of the form 4 into something or 4 into something plus 1. Please write down, sir. Very, very important point. Very, very important point. Every perfect square, every perfect square, every perfect square, every perfect square is of the form, every perfect square is of the form 4 into something or 4 into something plus 1. 4 into something plus 1. 4 into something or 4 into something plus 1. I hope the idea it is very much clear. If a number when divided by 4, it gives a remainder 2 or it gives a remainder 3, it is not a perfect square. If it is a perfect square, it should be perfectly divisible by 4, or when divided by 4, it should give a remainder 1. Any perfect square when divided by 4, if the remainder it is 0 or 1, then it is a perfect square. Then it is a perfect square. If x is a perfect square, if x is a perfect square, x when divided by 4, the remainder should be either 0 or 1. If this is true, this will be true. Don't do the inverse of that statement. What is the inverse of the statement? Sir, number is 33. 33 is of the form 4 into 8 plus 1. You said that 33 is a perfect square, but 33 is not a perfect square. I did not say that line. I did not say that line. Suppose there is a stone in my hand. I threw this stone onto the pond. Waves will come. Waves will come. Right? If I throw the stone, waves will come right on the pond. You are telling that, sir, waves are coming on the pond. That means you threw the stone. No, it can happen because somebody might have thrown the stone. If I throw the stone, suppose if I beat you, it will hurt you. If I beat you, it will hurt you. Suppose you say that, sir, I got hurt. Does not necessarily that you got hurt because of my beatings. It could be because of some other people beating you also. If I say that number of accidents opposite my home are very high. Number of accidents opposite my home are very high. That can have multiple meanings. First meaning is maybe your home is at a place which is very, very prone to accident. So there are a lot of road accidents that will happen. Maybe you are at that junction where the road accidents are more. Point number 1. Point number 2, maybe there could be some people whose last wish is to die in front of your home. They are coming in front of home and committing suicide. Point number 2, it can have multi meanings, sir. Multi meanings. Maybe your home is at a place which is the hottest suicide destination. The reasons could be many. So what I mean to say is, every perfect square, if the number is a perfect square, it when divided by 4, it will have a remainder 0 or 1. If it has got remainder 2 or 3, then it is not a perfect square. I hope this point it is very much clear to you. Some important properties of a perfect square. Let us see. Some important properties of a perfect square. Some important properties of a perfect square. some important properties of a perfect square. Almost most of the problems, whatever we are solving, are based on the property based questions. Once we are comfortable with the properties, we can solve a lot of problems very easily. The first property of a perfect square is power should be an even number. Power should be an even number. Power should be an even number, including 0. Already we discussed. Power should be an even number, including 0. Power should be an even number, including 0. First key point. Second key point. If the number is a perfect square, it should be either be divisible by 4 or it is divisible, or it should give remainder 1. Any perfect square, it is of the form. Any perfect square, it is of the form 4p or 4p plus 1. 4p or 4p plus 1. If I go little in CAT level, now see here. If I take it in terms of little advanced level, suppose see here. If I take a number by 8, you divide any number by 8. What are all the reminders you will get? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are all the possible reminders. So, in number, when divided by 8, remainder 0, perfectly divisible. It gives a remainder 1. Yes, we will write down all the possibilities. It gives a remainder 2. It gives a remainder 3 when divided by 8. It gives a remainder 4 when divided by 8. It gives a remainder 5 when divided by 8. What is the form of a perfect square when divided by 8? One level, little advanced level we are discussing. Any number when you divide a number by 8, you will get 8 reminders, and the 8 reminders are from 0 to 7. 8p, perfectly divisible. It gives a remainder 1. It gives a remainder 2. It gives a remainder 3. And it so on up to, it gives a remainder 7. These are all the possible. Now, very, very interesting points. Any number, when you divide a number by 4, it should be perfectly divisible or it gives a remainder 1. Now, if you see, 8 is perfectly divisible. 7 ones are, 4 ones are 4. It gives a remainder 3. I need remainder 1. 8p plus 7 not possible. 8 it is perfectly divisible. 6. 4 ones are 4, remainder 2. I need a remainder 1 or remainder 0. 8p plus 5. It is perfectly divisible. It is perfectly divisible. It is perfectly divisible. 5 when divided by 4. It is a remainder 1. 8p, it is perfectly divisible. It is perfectly divisible. 4 when divided by 4, it is perfectly. This could be the chance. This could be the chance. These could be the chance. 8p plus 3, it is giving a remainder 3. Not possible. 8p plus 2, it is giving a remainder 2. Not possible. It is giving a remainder 1. There is a possibility. There is a possibility. It is giving remainder 0. That means this can be the possibility. 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 Are you all with me? I hope the idea it is clear. 8p plus 2, why it is out? When divided by 4, it gives a remainder 2. I need a remainder 1. 8p plus 3, divided by 4, perfectly divisible. Remainder 3. It is perfectly divisible. It gives a remainder 1. Anything which is giving a remainder other than 0 and 1, I eliminated the case. I eliminated the case. 8p, 8p plus 4, 8p plus 5 and 8p plus 1. This seems to be the case. Just now we have seen a number, it is 2k. N square, that means it is 2k whole square. That means it is 4k square. 4k square. That k can be an even number or k can be an odd number. That means 4 4s are 16. 16 into something. 8 into something. Definitely I will get this case. If k is an odd number, it is 2x plus 1 whole square. 4 into 2x whole square is 4x square plus 4x plus 1. I hope you are all there with me. Right? I am doing it by using variables. Now if you see, this is divisible by 4. This is divisible by 4. It gives a remainder 1. 4 into 4, 16, divisible by 8. 4 into 4, 16, divisible by 8. 8p plus 1. That means 8p is perfectly possible. 8p plus 1, it is perfectly possible. 8p plus 4 is divisible, let us see. 8p plus 4. So, n we have taken an even number. Let us take an odd number. These some of the concepts you will not find it in any of the regular textbook. Listen very carefully, sir. Number it is. If it is an odd number. If it is an odd number. Number, if I square it, this will become 2k plus or minus 1 whole square. This will become 4k square plus or minus 4k plus 1. Are you all with me? 4k. Now if you see, if I take 4k common, this will become k plus or minus 1 plus 1. K plus or minus 1 plus 1. K into k minus 1. These both are two consecutive natural numbers. Product of two consecutive natural numbers, it is always divisible by 2. K into k plus 1. They are also two consecutive. That means k into k minus 1, k into k plus 1. Both will be divisible by 2. 2 4s are 8. 8 into something plus 1. That means 8p plus 1 form will definitely arise. 8p form will definitely arise. I hope the idea it is clear. So, 8p came, 8p plus 1 came. 8p came, 8p plus 1 came. You take some examples and you can also cross-check whether it is right or wrong instead of taking variables. Now, if you see 11 square is 121. 121 is 8 into 15 plus 1. 8 into 15 plus 1. I hope the idea it is very much clear, sir. Suppose if it is 17 square. 17 square is 289. 8 into 8 3s are 24. 8 6s are 48 plus 1. 8p plus 1 form will definitely arise. 8p plus 1 form will definitely arise. Suppose if I take 18 square. 18 square is 324. 8 40s are 320. 8 40s are 320 plus 4. 8p plus 4 definitely will arise. 8p plus 4 definitely will arise. Are you all with me, sir? I hope the idea it is very much clear. Now you can keep on taking some values to check in case if you are confused with this variable method. Suppose if it is 19 square. 19 square is 361. 8 into 8 45s are 360 plus 1. 8p plus 1. 8p plus 1. You can take 20 square. 20 square is 400. 8 into 50. Perfectly divisible. Perfectly divisible. Are you all with me? If you want to take 22 square. 22 square is 484. 860s are 480 plus 4. 8p plus 4 form we got. 8p we got. 8p plus 1 we got. 8p plus 4 we got. Now let us take 23 square. 23 square is 529. 8 6 are 48. 8 6 are 48 plus 1. That means Which all forms we got? Which all forms we got? Tell me, sir. We got 8p plus 1 and 8p plus 4. 8p plus 4. 8p plus 4. Sir, why you took all these examples? In my mind, why is it is moving is? Listen carefully, sir. 8 ones are 8, remainder 3. Remainder 3 I took. Remainder 1 I took. Remainder 2 I took. 18 is 8 twos are 16 plus 2. Remainder 2. Remainder 1. Remainder 3. Remainder 4 I took. Right? Remainder 5. 21 square. Remainder 5. 8 twos are 16 plus 5. 441. 8 into 55 plus 1. Remainder 6. 22 I took. Remainder 7. I hope you are all there with me. What I told you, when you divide a number by 8, you will get the reminders 0 to 7. Here, it is a remainder 3. 8 ones are 8, remainder 3. It is a remainder 1. It is 8 twos are 16 plus 2. Remainder 2. It is a remainder 3. It is a remainder 4. It is a remainder 6. It is a remainder 5. Every possible case I did it so that I proved that. Very, very important, which you will not find it in regular textbook. Any perfect square when divided by 8, it should give remainder. It should give remainder, right? 8p plus 1 or 8p plus 4. If there is a question like this, is this number a perfect square? Is 5 fours a perfect square? Is 5 fours a perfect square? Is 5 fours a perfect square? Because you have listened to the class, easily you can tell. Anil sir said that if it is perfectly divisible by 4, it may or may not be. Check with 8. This is a very good example, sir. 444. 444 it is 8 into 50. 8 5s are 40. 54. 8 5s are 40 plus 4. Sir, it is coming 8p plus 4. If it is not coming to be 8p or 8p plus 1 or 8p plus 4, then it is not a perfect square. If it is coming, how to do? If it is coming, suppose for example, these, we will use an alternative concept that also is a property. We will use the concept of digital sum of perfect square. We will discuss 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Another example, 8 twos are 16, 62. 8 sevens are 56 plus 6. 8 into something. If it is a perfect square, when divided by 8, it should give a remainder 0, 1 or 4. Anything other than 0, 1 or 4, it is not a perfect square. It is not a perfect square. I hope the idea it is clear. We will solve some CAT level questions as we are discussing the fundamentals. Once the fundamentals are over, then we will solve the problems. Listen very carefully, sir. Please write down this point in your notebook. Any number when divided by 4, remainder should be 0 or 1 for the number to become a perfect square. Any number when divided by 8, it should give a remainder 0, 1 or 4. 0, 1 or 4 for it to become a perfect square. For it to become a perfect square. I hope the idea it is very, very important. I hope the concept it is very much clear to you. Suppose if the last 2 digits, there is a 6-digit number which is given like this. Is it a perfect square? There is a 6-digit number which is ending with 1, 2, 4. Is it a perfect square? Tell me the answer. 4 logic will happen. 4 6 are 24. But by using 8, what will be the answer? 8 15s are 120. 8 15s are 120. What is the remainder? It is giving 8p plus 4. It may or may not be. It may or may not be. Suppose if I take it as 424, 424 or 424, 424 if I take, or let me discuss another logic, 474, that also will be the next logic, 474, 474, what will be the answer? 8 5s are 40, 74, 8 9s are 72, 2, it cannot have remainder 2. If it has got any of these forms, there are some more properties that we will use. That also we will discuss. I hope this point it is clear. Any number when divided by 8, remainder should be 0, 1 or 4 for the number to be a perfect square. If the remainder is 0 or 1, then the number will be a perfect square when divided by 4. This is something you will find it in regular textbook. This is something which is new. 8p plus 1 or 8p plus 4. Please write down, sir. Any perfect square when divided by 8, remainder should be 0, 1 or 4. Remainder should be 0, 1 or 4. This is the third important property. Once I write all the properties, everything will be very, very clear to you. I will only focus on the fundamentals a lot. Then solving the problems will be very, very easy. This is the third property. What is the another property? A perfect square never ends with. A perfect square never ends with 2, 3, 7 or 8. A perfect square never ends with 2, 3, 7 or 8. The unit digit of a perfect square, the unit digit of a perfect square can never be 2, 3, 7 or 8. Just by looking at the number, if the unit digit comes out to be 2, unit digit comes out to be 3, unit digit comes out to be 7, unit digit comes out to be 8, then it is not a perfect square. Sir, why it is happening? Proof. Why it is happening? Proof. The unit digit of any natural number, you take any natural number, the unit digit will be from 0 to 9. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The unit digit of a perfect square will always be from 0 to 9. If I square it, 0 square 0, 1 square 1, 2 square 4, 3 square 9, 4 square 16, 5 square 25, 6 square 36, 7 square 49, 8 square 64, 9 square 81. Any natural number will have an unit digit, and the unit digit can be from 0 to 9, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0 square 0, 1 square 1, 2 square 4, 3 square 9, 4 square, all the possible cases. Anywhere I got 2 at the end, anywhere I got 3 at the end, anywhere I got 7 at the end, anywhere I got 8 at the end, no. If a number is a perfect square, if a number is a perfect square, it will never end with 2, 3, 7 or 8. It will never end with 2, 3, 7 or 8. Some examples. Is 5, 4, 3, 2 a perfect square? Definitely no, because it is ending with 2. Any perfect square will never end with 2, 3, 7 or 8. 2, 3, 7 or 8. I hope the third property of, that means if you go back and see some of the examples what we have taken, right? Suppose I wrote an example, 5 2's are there. 5 2's are ending with 2. Any perfect square will never end with 2. By looking at that property, definitely we can tell that it is not a perfect square. It is not a perfect square. I hope the idea it is very much clear. A perfect square unit digit will never end with 2, 3, 7 or 8. Another important property. What is the first property of a perfect square? Power should always be an even number, because the definition of perfect square is number multiplied by itself. Perfect square when divided by 4, it cannot give remainder other than 0 and 1. It cannot give remainder other than 0 and 1. Any perfect square when divided by 8, it cannot give reminders other than 0, 1 and 4. It cannot give reminders other than 0, 1 and 4. Another important property of a perfect square. A perfect square never ends with 2, 3, 7 or 8. If it is ending with any digit other than 2, 3, 7 or 8, you can easily conclude that the number is not a perfect square. Number is not a perfect square. Next one. Another property. The digital sum of a perfect square. The digital sum of a perfect square. The digital sum of a perfect square. The digital sum of a perfect square is always 1, 4, 7 or 9. The digital sum of a perfect square is always 1, 4, 7 or 9. Anything you get digital sum other than 1, 4, 7 or 9, it is not a perfect square. It is not a perfect square. If the number is a perfect square, the digital sum will be always 1, 4, 7 or 9. 1, 4, 7 or 9. Sir, why it is happening? Proof. Why it is happening? Proof. You take the definition of a digital sum. What exactly you mean by a digital sum? Digital sum is defined as sum of the digits until you get a single digit number. So, single digit numbers will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Suppose if I take a number 91. 91 digital sum will be 9 plus 1, 10. 10 digital sum is 1. Here, if I take 199, 9 plus 9, 18. 18 plus 1, 19. 19 digital sum is also 1. This is the set of all the numbers whose digital sum is 1. Every number whose digital sum is 1 comes under this set. Every number whose digital sum is 2 comes under this set. Every number whose digital sum is 3 comes under this set. Every number whose digital sum is 9 comes under this set. If I square it, 1 square it is 1. 2 square it is 4. 3 square it is 9. 4 square 16. 16 is 1 plus 6, 7. Right? 5 square it is 25. 2 plus 5, 7. 6 square it is 36. 3 plus 6, 9. 7 square it is 49. 4 plus 9, 13. 1 plus 3, 4. 8 square it is 64. 6 plus 4, 10. It is 1. 9 square it is 81. 8 plus 1, 9. This is the every possible number. Digital sums will be from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are all the possible digital sum of every natural number. These are the possible digital sum of every natural number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1 square 1, 2 square 4, 3 square 9, 4 square 16. 16, what is the sum of the digits? 1 plus 6, 7. 5 square 25. 2 plus 5, 7. 6 square 36. 3 plus 6, 9. 7 square 49. It is 4. 8 square 64. It is 1. 9 square 81. It is 9. So, if the number is a perfect square, the digital sum has to be an 1, 4, 7 or 9. If the number is a perfect square, the unit digit can never be 2, 3, 7 or 8. Suppose for example, Let me take an example. Let me take an example. Suppose I wrote it. I told you that I will come back to it. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Is this number a perfect square or not? Is this number a perfect square or not? It is perfectly divisible by 4. It when divided by 8, it is giving a reminder. 8 5s, 55s are 440 plus 4. That means 2 cases are satisfied. Apply the digital sum. If I apply the digital sum, 4 into 5, it is 20. 20 digital sum is 2. 20 digital sum is 2. If the number is a perfect square, it should have digital sum 1, 4, 7 or 9. Anything other than 1, 4, 7 or 9, it is not a perfect square. So answer for this question is, it is not a perfect square. It is not a perfect square. It is not a perfect square. 4 5s are 20. 20 digital sum, it is 2. If the number is a perfect square, it should have digital sum 1, 4, 7 or 9. I hope this concept it is clear. The digital sum of a perfect square is always 1, 4, 7 or 9. If the number digital sum is 4, it may or may not be a perfect square. Don't do the converse of a statement. If it is a perfect square, the digital sum should be 1, 4, 7 or 9. If the number is a perfect square, unit digit can never be 2, 3, 7 or 8. Unit digit can never be 2, 3, 7 or 8. I hope the idea it is clear. Some more important properties are there, that also we will see. Now, if you see here, if the number is a perfect square, 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 any perfect square will have an units place and it will have an tens place. Any perfect square will have an units place as well as a tens place. Any perfect square will have an units place or it is an tens place. Now see here. If the units place, if it is 6, for a number to be a perfect square, if the units place is 6, tens place has to be odd. Tens place has to be odd. Very, very important property. For the number to be a perfect square, for the number to be a perfect square, only when the units place is 6, tens place will be odd. Tens place will be odd. Sir, why it is the only condition? Anything, whatever I am discussing, I will give a proof for it. Proof. Why it is happening. Only when you understand the proof, you will be able to solve the problem very easily. Number, it is a perfect square. Any number will be of the form, write AB. B can be a single digit, A can be a single digit. It will become a 2-digit format. A can take 2 digits, B can take single digit. AB will become a 3-digit format. B is the single digit, A will take 3 digits. I will get 4-digit format. A, you keep on increasing the digits. 2 digits, 3 digits, 4 digits, 5 digits. And it will keep on increasing. If I square it, N is AB, sir. I am squaring it. AB whole square. So it becomes a perfect square. So this will be A plus B whole square is A square plus 2AB plus B square. A square plus 2AB plus B square. A square plus 2AB plus B square. Very, very important, sir. Please listen carefully. B is the unit digit. B is the unit digit. B is the unit digit. Unit digit can take any value from 0 to 9. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 0, 1, 2, 3, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now listen carefully, sir. Now listen carefully. Very interesting concepts. If B is 0, 0 square, it is 0. 2 into 0 into 2 into 0. B square, it is, B is 0. 0 square, it is 0. 2 into 0 also 0. That means perfect square will always end with even number of zeros. Perfect square will always end with even number of zeros. Sir, why this concept came? Because you can observe that if B is 0, A with 0 whole square, A square 2 into A into 0 and 0 square. 0 square 0, 0 into 2 is also 0. Perfect square always ends with even number of zeros. 10 square is 100, 2 zeros. 100 square is 1 followed by 4 zeros. If B is 1, 2 into A into 1, 1 square 1. 2 into any number, tens place will be even. If B is 1, tens place will be even. If B is 2, 2 square it is 4. 2 into any number, it is even. Again this is giving tens place even. If B is 3, 3 square 9. 2 into any number, it is even. It is also giving you tens place even. Are you all with me? If B is 4, 4 square 16. 16 means this is 4 square 16. 6 1 carried. 2 into A into 4. 2 into any number even with 1 carry. Even plus 1 is odd. Even plus 1 is odd. I am repeating again. If B is 4, on squaring, A square 2 into A into 4 and 4 square. 4 square is 16. 6, 1 carried. 2 into A into 4. 2 into any number, even. Even plus 1, it is an odd number. That is the reason I wrote. On perfect square, if the units place is 6, tens place is odd. Same thing will also come for 6. 6 square is 36. 2 into A into 6. And 6 square, 36. 6, 3 carried. 2 into any number even. Even plus 3 is odd. Even plus 3 is odd. If the number is a perfect square and the tens place is odd, units place fix it as 6. Units place fixes at 6. Reverse is also true. If the units place is 6, the tens place has to be an odd number. This is over. 5 square. 5 square 25. 2 into A into 5. 2 5s are 10. 0. 2 carried. That means a perfect square, if it is ending with 5, it always ends with 25. A perfect square cannot have 45, 65, 85, 95, 75. It cannot have. Why, sir? If B is 5, A with 5 whole square. A square 2 into A into 5 slash 5 square. 5 square is 25. 5, 2 carried. 2 into A into 5. Unit digit 0. 0 plus 2 is 2. A perfect square always ends with 25. A perfect square always ends with 25. 7 square. 2 into A into 7. 2 into any number, even. 7 square 49. 9, 4 carried. 4 is even. 2 into any number, even. Even plus even is even. 8 square. 2 into 8, A into 8 and 8 square. 8 square 64, 4, 6 carried. 6 is even. 2 into A into 8 also it is even. 9 square. 2 into A into 9. 2 into any number even. 9 square 81, 1. 8 carried. 8 is also even. Even plus even is even. Extremely important point, sir. Most You should understand why this is working. That means in my absence, you should be able to tell it to other students, the proof behind the concept. If the number is a perfect square, please write down, sir, 3 concepts we discussed. What are the 3 concepts? A perfect square always ends with even number of zeros. Why even number of zeros? Because of these concepts. A perfect square ends with 25. A perfect square always ends with 25. If the number is a perfect square, if the units place is 6, tens place will be an odd number. Tens place will be an odd number if the units place is 6. If the units place is 6. I hope this idea it is clear. That means, let me repeat, what are all the important key points related to perfect square? What are the important key points, sir? Power should be an even number. The power of a perfect square is always an even number. Second one, if the number is a perfect square, if the number is a perfect square, unit digit cannot be 2, 3, 7 or 8. Unit digit cannot be 2, 3, 7 or 8. The digital sum of a perfect square is always 1, 4, 7 or 9. 1, 4, 7 or 9. A perfect square, if the units place is 6, if the units place is 6, then tens place has to be odd. Or if the tens place is odd, units place has to be 6. Units place has to be 6. A perfect square always ends with even number of zeros. A perfect square always ends with 25. These are the other 2 important key points. A perfect square always ends with 25. A perfect square always ends with even number of zeros. I hope each and every concept it is clear. With this understanding of the concepts, let us solve some exam related questions. Please read the first question. Read the first question, sir. Solution. Read the first question. Consider the following statements. No integer it is of the form 4k plus 3 can be expressed as a sum of 2 squares. Sum of 2 squares. So, if I do sum of 2 squares, a square is 1 square and b square is another square. A square plus b square. A square plus b square. Already we discussed any number which is a perfect square. Anything which is a perfect square, it is perfectly divisible by 4 or it gives a remainder 1. Any number which is a perfect square, when divided by 4, it is perfectly divisible by 4 or it gives a remainder 1. This is also a perfect square. Any number which is a perfect square, it is perfectly divisible by 4 or it gives a remainder 1. Or it gives a remainder 1. Or it gives a remainder 1. Now see here. This is divisible by 4 plus this is divisible by 4. If I add 2 numbers which are divisible by 4, answer will be divisible by 4. This is divisible by 4. This is divisible by 4. If I add, it gives a remainder 1. It gives a remainder 1. If I add these two, this is divisible by 4. This is divisible by 4. It gives a remainder 1. If I add these two, divisible by 4, divisible by 4, it gives a remainder 2. That means, what are all possible reminders I got? Perfectly divisible, it gives a remainder 1, it gives a remainder 2. Anywhere you got a remainder 3? No. 0 plus 0, 0. 1 plus 0, 1. 1 plus 1, 2. Anywhere you got a remainder 3? No. If you take sum of 2 squares, right hand side will be either a remainder 0 or a remainder 1 or a remainder 2. Remainder 3 you will never get. You will never get. No integer. Yes, No, there will be not be any integer. When you add two squares, it will be of the form 4k plus 3. Statement 1 is perfectly right. Now, in examination, he might also give you like this. X square plus y square is equivalent to 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. XY are natural numbers. XY are natural numbers. How many values XY will take? How many values XY will take? X square plus y square is equivalent to 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. Already we discussed, if you add any two squares, it can never give a remainder 3. 47 is 4 into 11 plus 3. 4 into 11 plus 3. If you add two squares, the sum of two squares can never give remainder 3. Can never give remainder 3 when divided by 4. 4 11s are 44, remainder 3. Not possible. Directly you can say no value xy will take. No value xy will take. The sum of two squares always will give a remainder when divided by 4, 0, 1 or 2. Any two squares, if you add it, the resultant when divided by 4, remainder 0, remainder 1, remainder 2. Remainder 3 you will never get. Remainder, that is an statement based question. The same question by using variables, it can also be asked like this. The square of an integer can be expressed in the form of 8k plus 1 square. Already we have seen what are the forms when divided by 8. 8, what are the remainders that are possible? See here. Clearly I told you, that is exactly the reason. Every slide is important to you. If it is an odd number, if I square it, it will be of the form 8 into something plus 1. 8 into something plus 1. The square of an odd integer. This is an odd number. This is the square. Square of an odd number is always of the form 8 into something plus 1. 8 into something plus 1. Can it be written off 8 into something plus 1? Yes. First statement is right. Second statement is right. Answer for this question is both 1 and 2 are right. Answer for this question is both 1 and 2 are right. I hope the idea it is clear. This is how right I want you to understand the concept. Next one, second question. Once your fundamentals are clear, you can solve the questions very easily. If k is an integer, every square, a perfect square, will always give remainder 0 or remainder 1. Remainder 0 or remainder 1. Any perfect square. What is the important property of a perfect square? When divided by 4, it gives the remainder 0 or it gives the remainder 1. It gives the remainder 1. I hope the idea it is clear. Now, what we'll do is, in the first class, we have seen the concepts and we have taken some basic examples. In the next class, we will do almost, how many questions are there? Close to about 20 questions are there. We will analyze each and every question and we will discuss in detail.